Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports for today's preview as the Stormers welcome a very strong Ospreys side to Cape Town after a number of Welsh internationals return to the side that was demolished by the Lions about a week ago. So expect a much more improved performance from the Ospreys and a much stiffer task does await the former South African side as the Stormers continue to kind of blaze their way forward amidst not necessarily being the team that went out and signed all the sort of the best players across the 18 months. Them and the Lions haven't quite had the sort of spending spree that we've seen from the Sharks and the Bulls, and yet are currently the best side in South Africa in terms of the results and on the log. And what's sort of been interesting and what's been so good to watch is how good the rugby's actually been. We're seeing a Stormers side playing a very nice brand of rugby. We're seeing a Stormers side that was under a lot of pressure. John Dobson was under a lot of pressure for quite a few months, and yet what we've seen this year, especially with the continued sort of playing Damian Willemse, Warwick GELANT, and Monty Leeuwak all on the same side. We're seeing a Stormers side with X factor. We're seeing a Stormers side that can punish teams if they are given the opportunity. Sometimes have looked a little bit sloppy towards the end of games and have almost undone the really good work they've done up front. But they're a side that looks like they can really sort of take on any team and really sort of go toe to toe. What should be interesting this weekend is that it's a Osprey side, as we said, with a lot more international players involved. So it isn't quite the sides they have been playing the last couple of weeks, which have been slightly, or in some cases, very much disadvantaged by the Six Nations. Before we look at the two sides, please do smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. This is how the Stormers will line up, and the big absentee is no Warwick GELANT this weekend. He has been taken out 23 as a precaution with an injury, and as a result, Damian Willemse is at full back. So if we look at the side, Stephen Kitsoff, Chad Solomon, Frans Malherbe up front. No Scurry and Tabeni. So Stephen Kitsoff, Frans Malherbe will have to do much of the grunt work. But an opportunity now for Chad Solomon, who is a player who's been around the Stormers a long time. He's been within the system a long time, but hasn't always had the opportunities to really sort of stake claim. He has that opportunity this weekend. And he's going to have a lot of good lineup options, the likes of RJ Smith and Marvin Uri in the second row. So hopefully a set piece will be pretty solid. The back row has been tweaked quite a lot. Junior Pokamela starts in the number 6 jersey. Hachiva Diamani, Evan Ruiz partner him. Dion Free is on the bench, as is Ben Jason Dixon. So there is a 6-2 split for the Stormers. Paul de Wet partners Monty Leeuwak in the halfback combination. The speedsters are Leon Nzas and Siabela Sinatla. In the centres, we've got Rickes Pretorius and Ruan Nel. And then Damian Willemse at fullback. Off the bench from the men from Cape Town, JJ Kotze, Alec Mark, Dietrich Verscheer will pack down up front. Then you've got Connor Evans, Dion Free, Ben Jason Dixon. And then the two backline players are Herschel Yankees and Sergil Peterson. Sergil Peterson, interestingly, become quite a versatile player who can sort of play in a number of positions in that backline. But obviously also having Damian Willemse, who can slot in that centre, wing, fly half. Monty Leeuwak could also operate at full back. It gives them quite a few options, and that's why they can go with a 6-2 split. Whether it's a good idea or not, we'll wait and see tomorrow. For the Ospreys, these are some of the players that they've welcomed back. So in total, they've brought back, I think it's about 7 or 8 players. Dewey Lake, Gareth Thomas Francis, Adam Beard, Jack Morgan, Gareth Anscombe, Owen Watkin, Alex Cuthbert, all back into the side from international duty. So that is a huge boost to be able to welcome back. It's about 8 international players, and a lot of them pretty much all of them into the starting lineup. So some very big players that to watch out for. So in the front row, Gareth Thomas, Dewey Lake, and Mark Collins will be up against a very impressive Stormers front row. Then in the second row, Bradley Davies gets Adam Beard next to him. I'm a massive Adam Beard fan. I think he's going to play many a cap for Wales. I think he's going to be in the next British and Irish Lions tour, and I think he could very well be the next Welsh captain. Very much the natural successor to Alan Wynne-Jones. It's also very exciting loose trio. Dan Lydiate, Jack Morgan, and Morgan Morris. I think they'll have a very interesting battle against the Stormers loose trio. And it's interesting to sort of see the different sort of skill sets and aspects of the game that the various loose forwards across both teams bring to the party. The halfback combination is Reece Webb with Gareth Anscombe, who I've been very impressed with this season. He wasn't in that Welsh squad by accident. He's been playing very good rugby across the URC. Maybe didn't necessarily have the best Six Nations, but has looked very good in an Ospreys jersey across the season. Then Keelan Giles, Alex Cuthbert, the two wings, Owen Watkin and Michael Collins in the centre. And then you've got Dan Evans getting an opportunity at full back. To have Owen Watkin in the centre, I mean, if you're looking at where you'd like to internationals, and I think that's what's so important, is we're looking at two international players in the front row. We're looking at Adam Beard in the second row. We're looking at Jack Morgan in the back row. You've then got Gareth Anscombe at fly half, Owen Watkin at centre, and Alex Cuthbert on the wings. They've got international players in key positions across the park, and I think that's why I think there will be naturally a very big boost to his Ospreys side. Off the bench, Sam Perry, Nicky Smith, Tom Botha, South African born, former schoolmate of Stephen Kitsoff, so that should be interesting to see the two reunite on the field. Rhys Davies, Ethan Roots, Harry Dees, Ruben Morgan, Williams, and Max Nagy are the rest of the Ospreys bench. You in theory, on form-wise, you're picking the Stormers. However, it is an impressive Ospreys side who have played some very nice rugby at stages throughout the URC. So I think we're in for a cracker of a match. Let me know what your score predictions are down in the comments below. Please do smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven, and I'll chat to you soon.